What a story, folks. Speaker Mike Johnson is living in a D.C. house that is the center of a pastor's secretive influence campaign. He is. This is by ProPublica, authors Joshua Kaplan, Justin Elliott, and Alex Myerjeski. The Capitol Hill townhouse is owned by a major Republican donor. Yeah, I'm so sick of hearing now about Soros. Don't tell me about Soros anymore, you fucking hypocrites. It is the headquarters of a little-known political influence project that has reached a number of powerful Republican politicians. I'd say more than a number of, very many. In 2021, Steve Berger, an evangelical pastor, of course, who has attacked the separation of church and state as a delusional lie and called multinational institutions demonic, set off on an ambitious project. His stated goal, minister to members of Congress so that what they learn is then translated into policy. His base of operations would be a 6-bedroom, $3.7 million townhouse blocks from the U.S. Capitol. Recently, the pastor scored a remarkable coup for a political influence project that has, until now, managed to avoid public scrutiny and publicity. He got a new roommate. House Speaker Mike Johnson has been staying at the House since around the beginning of this year, according to interviews and videos obtained by ProPublica. The House is owned by a major Republican donor and Tennessee car magnate who has joined Berger in advocating for and against multiple bills before Congress. Pardon, I lost my glasses, so I'm going to be doing a lot of squinting. I very much apologize for that. Over the past 4 years, Berger and his wife, Sarah Berger, have dedicated themselves to what they call their D.C. Ministry Center. The Ministry Center, of course. In addition to Johnson, who is an evangelical conservative, the pastor has built close relationships with several other influential conservative politicians. Dan Bishop, now nominated for a powerful post in the Trump White House, seems to have also lived in the home late last year while he was still a congressman, according to 3 people. A spokesperson for Johnson said that the speaker pays fair market value in monthly rent for the portion of the Washington, D.C. townhome that he occupies. He did not answer a question about how much Johnson is paying. House ethics rules allow members of Congress to live anywhere as long as they are paying fair market value. The spokesperson added that Johnson has never once spoken to Mr. Berger about any piece of legislation or any matter of public policy. Berger and Bishop did not respond to requests for comment. They're going to call it out themselves. Let me continue. That was the whole point of him forming this ministry, blocks from Congress, was to influence Congress and United States policy. The Bergers have described their mission as galvanizing political rallies to take action. It's just iron sharpening iron, Sarah Berger once said on a podcast last summer, explaining the couple's approach to political influence. Like, oh yeah, that's why I'm standing firm on this policy. See, Berger claims to have personally spurred legislation. It's a humbling thing, he said in a sermon in the late 2022. You get a text from a senator that says, "Thank you for your inspiration, because it has caused me to now create a bill that is going to further righteousness in this country." Yeah. Berger's interests extend beyond his staunch social conservatism. He and his donor, who owns the house, Lee Behrman, have publicly advocated together for numerous specific policy changes, including a bill that would make it easier to fire federal employees and a regulation that would reduce fuel efficiency standards for the automotive industry. After 2000 2020 election, they both signed a letter declaring that President Donald Trump was the rightful winner and calling for Congress to overturn the results. Johnson, a Louisiana Republican, did not respond to questions about how he ended up staying at the home, and Behrman did not respond to requests for comment. The earliest date ProPublica was able to confirm Johnson being at the Berger home was in mid-December. A video reviewed by ProPublica shows Johnson visiting the home on December 15th with two women who appear to be his wife and daughter. He lingered outside the house before entering, while Johnson pointed around the building and down to the basement entrance as if he was giving a tour. 2 days later, Berger sent a note to his supporters on social media saying, in quotes, "I so wish I could tell you all of the massive doors that broke open this week." Since the beginning of the year, videos and interviews showed Johnson has regularly left the house in the morning and returned in the evening. One day that Johnson was there recently, Berger was also at the home, opening the front door, barefoot in pajama bottoms. It appears Johnson may primarily be staying in the home's 2-bedroom basement. Answering the door topless? Oh, sounds kind of gay to me. And in the basement, it's like a den of iniquity. Let me remind you that Mike Johnson and his wife are into conversion therapy. They have organizations belong to them, I'm not sure if they own them, that are all about pray the gay away, that kind of bullshit, that psychological and physical torture of gay people. There was a really sick part of this where Berger was alleged to make his wife watch porn videos so that she would know more what to do. Part of this says, Mike Johnson says, "Listen, I have confessed things to Steve that I wouldn't normally confess to anyone else." Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, gosh. Let me see. Berman, a mixture of Nashville media in recent days, became a fixture of Nashville media in recent days because of sordid allegations made by his fourth wife during their divorce, including that he made her watch what he called training films of him having sex with a prostitute. Berman's lawyers wrote at the time that his wife's filings contained impertinent and scandalous matter only meant to harass Mr. Behrman. Wow. Behrman has also attended a Tennessee church that Berger founded, but it's not clear what role, if any, he plays in the pastor's influence project in Washington. Yeah, this all stinks to high heaven, and you can read about it in ProPublica. There's also a couple Tennessee newspapers that came out with this story. It is worth the read. It is worth the photos. Thank you for watching. Follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Finister76. Thank you very much.